at the mouth of this river, which was lined with trees on both sides, the trees growing out in the river. It was a marvelous sight. Mm-hmm. And we went to the Firestone Plantation down at the mouth of the river, and the manager of the Firestone Plantation put out drinks for us, and we had a good time. Mm-hmm. Then we went back to the...
Free rubbers?
Huh?
Free rubbers?
No. And so then from Robertsville, Liberia, we went to Accra Gold Coast, which is now called Ghana. And
okay.
You want me to hold him while you put the...
No, I can put him on later.
You put him on later?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To Ghana. And then from there we swam, and I laid on the beach for a few days and got coconuts from the trees and so on like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went from there to Kano, Nigeria, and from Kano, Nigeria to Khartoum in the Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, and from there we went to Cairo, Egypt, and we had to stay there 2 weeks while they got a new engine for the plane.
Oh, so you were flying?
Yeah, yeah, we were flying all this time.
This is all the jungle.
Yeah. And while in Cairo, I went to Giza and saw the pyramids.
Mm-hmm. What were you thinking when you saw the pyramids?
Oh,
You thought you had seen it all by then, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
And then from Cairo, we went to Havana, Iraq, and Karachi, India, and then to Aden, Arabia.
No, wait, is that? You flew to Iraq.
Yeah.
And then India. And then...
Karachi, India.
Uh-huh.
That's on the west coast of India there.
Uh-huh.
And then to Aden, Arabia.
Well, what did you do in those places? Were these all just stops?
These were just stops.
Because why would you go to India and then back to Arabia?
Because we had to go to Cairo to get a new engine, and so we took the circle route.
Cairo's right by Aden.
No, not exactly. Here's Cairo, here's Aden.
So instead of going
there, we went there, and then there. I stayed at Aden, Arabia for 6 months. It was hotter.
Go ahead, say it. When I was in
Aden, Arabia. It was 135 degrees in the shade, no shade. We didn't wear American Army uniforms. We wore the British uniform, which was for that climate, which was just shirts and a shirt and shorts.
So this was actually the war. I mean, up until then, you had been traveling to the war.
Yeah.
You were not in the war.
This was actually the war now.
Okay.
And so then I had a cryptographic section at Aden, Arabia. We had a safe in our cryptographic section, and the planes that came through, the pilots would leave their money with us because they carried their own money to pay their crews, because there was no no central office at that time. And so then sometimes I would have as high as $50,000 in my safe.
That was a lot of money then.
Oh yeah. And so then from Aden, Arabia, I went to Khartoum in the Sudan. And
did anybody ever try to get the safe? I mean,
no. I went to Khartoum in the Sudan, and while there, I managed to get on the so-called shit list of of a second lieutenant there.
Any one particular thing you did, or just?
Well, I questioned some of his practices, and he didn't like it. He didn't think an enlisted man should question him. So he restricted me to quarters for a week, and said if I complained, I could be court-martialed. And I said, I'll stay in my quarters for a week.
This is in Khartoum.
In Khartoum, yeah.
And basically the kinds of things you were doing, besides keeping the safe at that time, were decoding
The
messages.
decoding and encoding messages. So then I went from Khartoum back to Kano, Nigeria, to Crown Gold Coast, up to Bathurst, Gambia. Can you see where that is?
Gambia. No.
It's on the west coast of Africa, honey. Gambia. Gambia. Up to Bathurst, Gambia. Up to Marrakech, French Morocco. To Oran, Algeria. To Algiers. I put 6 months in Algiers. Let me hold them for a little bit. You put a few of those in before you forget them.
Oh, no, they're on tape.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. In Algiers, I had to build up a cryptographic section from the dirt floor. I had to go out and get tables and chairs, and fake tables and chairs, and we had a lot of interesting messages from Yugoslavia and places like that.
What kinds of things?
Oh, like the landing of paratroopers in Yugoslavia, but mostly our stuff was the plane traffic to and from Algiers. Okay, from Algiers. I went to Tindouf, Algeria, which is an R&R. I was exhausted at that time, and they sent me to R&R, recreation, and we used to go out to Spanish Rio de Oro and shoot gazelles for the mess table and so on like that. And we would I'd go in a jeep and chase the gazelle down and shoot him in the head with a pistol. Anyway,
now, have any of these places been the place with the snake yet?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay, that's coming.
Okay.